right. So should I be convinced? Should I be convinced that Keldon Johnson is staying? I don't know, but if this is true, then there's some likelihood that he could stay.
I want some rest.
Are we having fun yet?
All right. Okay. So let's just where should I even start? First and foremost, I've said my thoughts about Keldon many a different times, but it has remained the same. I don't necessarily think that Keldon Johnson has fit with this team, especially last season. It was just way too much me. Not saying that he's selfish. He's not a selfish player. It was just taking it upon himself, having tunnel vision, and he's always been like that. He's always had that playing style since college. I personally don't know if it can work, but if he stays and if the Spurs elect not to get rid of him during this offseason, then I'm pro Keldon. Obviously, I'm gonna go for him regardless because I want him to do well, and I genuinely do like Keldon. This isn't one of those situations where, you know, when we were talking about DeJounte Murray, I was against a lot of stuff that he would do, and I wasn't that crazy about him. You know, I would give him props where it was due, but at the same time, I was like, he doesn't really fit. But also, his personality is kind of terrible, and some of the things he was doing off the court was kind of terrible. But it is not that. It is not that case at all with Keldon. I genuinely want it to work. It's just a matter of I don't know if it will. But if there's some truth to this, and I do love this Twitter user. Okay, if there's some truth to this, I'll accept it. I'll accept it. So our boy here, Spurs reporter, in which we go over so many things Spurs reporter related. So please follow them on Twitter. Some good stuff. But he says not officially confirmed, but he is hearing apparently that Keldon Johnson will be wearing number 0 while Chris Paul will wear number 3. Don't really care about the specifics of what number Keldon would wear. Okay, I'm taking that with a grain of salt. But this whole idea that Keldon will be giving up his number, that's the thing that I care the most about. And we already knew that Chris Paul was going to take number 3, right? I would be very shocked. Okay, I'll be very shocked if we go into this next season and Paul doesn't have his number. We all know that one of the main reasons why he didn't go to Miami was because he couldn't get his number. So it means a lot to him. And we know that number 3, when it comes to Keldon, meant a lot to him, but it meant a lot to him because he grew up a Chris Paul fan. So it's kind of a full circle moment there, right? But kind of a full circle moment. But you know, some people are pointing towards this clip right here in which Keldon blatantly said that he would be wearing number 3. And I told you guys how I thought, because some people thought that he was being like rude, and he was like, no, I'm keeping this number no matter what. I didn't see it that way. Keldon's never been that type of dude. He's a good guy, or he comes across as a very good guy. You know, we don't know any of these players personally, but he comes across as a really good guy. But he wasn't taking it that way. So let's listen to it. Let's listen to it.
Are you keeping 3? Because I'm gonna have to buy a new jersey.
No, for sure. I'll be number 3 next year, for sure.
All right, so he just straight up said, yes, I'll be number 3 next year for sure. So it could have been number 1. He didn't hear anything back from the San Antonio Spurs that, you know, whether or not, you know, he had to give up his number. So he wasn't thinking about that. It could also be the fact that this is a fan, right? So he's just like, no, don't worry about it. You know, I'm gonna sign this number 3 regardless. It could be, I'm not supposed to speak on that right now. It could have been, oh, well, they're going to move me, and, you know, but I'm going to keep my number regardless of where I go. It could have been so many different things. I didn't think that this was coming off as rude, and I didn't think that this was rebellious. It was, he didn't even know. I mean, look, he didn't even know he was being recorded, right? So he was just being cool and saying, yeah, don't worry about it. I'm going to keep number 3. As far as he knew, you know, yeah, he will be number 3. So we'll just see. We'll see what comes out of this. But if there's any truth to this, this gives me the idea that Keldon will be with the squad. And you guys just let me know what you think. I know I've gotten some heat, you know, over time for my Keldon takes, but you can let me know, like, what do you think? Like, do you want Keldon to stay with the squad? Do you think it would be best if he was moved? Or, you know, are you just kind of in the middle and you're just optimistic for this upcoming season and just hoping for the best? Because at this point, I'm just hoping for the best. Don't think that he fits. I think I've had enough evidence. As you guys know, I usually try my best to give players a few years, you know, before I start to make like harsh judgments on whether or not they should be with the team. And now that we got Wemby, I'm a little bit more harsh than I might have been prior, but hey, it is what it is. Let's see what some of the comments here has to say. Oh, big shout out to Ivy for posting this or tagging me in it. I think it was a couple people that tagged me out, actually. They say, you see this yet? I saw it because of you, Ivy. Let's see here. Hearing from different people equals you saw it on 2K like the rest of us. You're right. I don't play video games, but Ronnie Sign told me. Is that Ronnie 2K's name? Yeah, I don't think he got it from that. I'm still on the trade Keldon bandwagon. All right. That's the way it should be. Show me respect. That's Chris Paul. NBA 2K25 spilled these beans. Well, 2K25 wouldn't know. Like, they would just give Chris Paul the number. I don't know if they had some insider information on anything that's going on with the Spurs. Well, we're gonna wait and see. We're gonna wait and see. So apparently it came from 2K as well. But hey, I'll if there's truth to this, I will accept it. If it's truth to it, I will accept it. So just wanted to relay this information to you guys. But let me know what you think. I'll get with you guys later, man. Till next time. Bye.